Hi Leo, welcome to my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. Today is Thursday, May 28th, 2020. This is a general love reading for the sign of Leo for this upcoming week, which includes this last part of May and into June. Because it's general, it can't pertain to anything. If you can think of it, it might apply. Be flexible with the energy. Don't be concerned about the gender of the cards. You may feel like I'm reading for you. You could potentially feel like you're cross-watching for somebody that you're dealing with. Parts of this reading may resonate for you, other parts may not. Take what does and leave behind what doesn't. And hopefully, Leo, by the end, you feel like you have something worthwhile that was worth your time and helps you out in some way, shape, or form. As that is my intention, Leo. So I hope you all are doing well. I hope you're all staying safe, staying healthy, and staying sane. Carmilla is here. Sylvester's napping in the living room, so he's not likely to make his usual Leo appearance that he does. But Carmilla is here to grace us with her presence. As you can see, she's doing her little dance back there on her perch. She knows I'm talking about her. And she just had an apple slice. I treated her a little bit to a snack, and she's kind of in a good mood, although she's still biting my ear. I haven't taken her out in a while for readings. There she is. She's like, I know you're talking about me, Grandma. So, yes, I'm her grandma because she officially is not my bird. As those of you who have seen my channel before, you know that to be true, but she feels like my bird because she's with me all the time. I spend a lot of time with her, but she's not my bird. I'm her grandma. And my son is her owner. So, Leo, enough chit-chat about the pets. Shall we get started as she starts her biting antics? Be a good bird, be a nice bird, and don't bite my ear. Here we go, Leo, let's get started. So we're going to start off with the Seven of Cups in reverse, paired with the King of Cups in reverse. I just want to put this out there. I just finished with Cancer, and Cancer had the King of Cups in the upright position. I don't know yet, obviously, with just two cards out, if this reading is an extension of, or maybe a counterpart reading. We'll find out, but there might be something in that reading for you. Let's just see what happens. We've got the Tower in reverse, Ten of Swords, the Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles in reverse, the Emperor, and the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so this has to do with some kind of ending, and it feels like a brutal ending, something that maybe was long overdue, is what I'm getting from these cards. I feel too, Leo, that you're represented by this King of Cups in reverse. And all those, this ending feels very brutal, feels very harsh. And again, it feels like it probably was something that should have happened a long time ago with this Tower in reverse. This might have been a situation that the universe was forced to step in and make happen because it just wasn't happening on its own. I get the feeling like someone gave up on something, and it may have been a situation where at one time you may have reacted in an emotional manner, maybe gotten upset. And it could be what the case is with this King of Cups, that you're feeling upset, feeling sad, feeling maybe even mad. But more than anything, what I get is this was almost anticipated. You expected it was going to happen, and you almost are emotionally detached from what has happened, from this ending. Because it's dragged on so long and it's something that you anticipated, you're like, well, I mean, I knew it was going to come. Yeah, here it is. I get the feeling like someone has given up on something, or someone has let something go or dropped the ball with regard to a goal, something maybe that you were working toward, or maybe somebody that you were working with. This feels like this is representing the person that you're dealing with. I do get the sense from these pages this could be an immature energy or somebody who's not experienced, but I could be someone who you're working with, for example, who was brand new at the job and ultimately couldn't do the work, wasn't capable. This could represent, and I feel like this person is kind of giving you notice, hey, heads up, I'm done. I'm quitting, I'm leaving, I'm ending this. But this person represented by these pages feels like someone who really wasn't willing to put in the effort. Maybe gave up too soon. Maybe you kind of knew that this about this person, and they gave it a good shot, but kind of dragged it on longer than it needed to be dragged on, and then ultimately they let it go. They ended this. So again, I do feel a certain detachment or just kind of a lack of response from this King of Cups, which I feel, Leo, could be your energy, but again, this could be somebody that you're dealing with. This person just doesn't care. They're like, well, yeah, that's where we were headed. I knew this was going to happen. That's what I'm getting from that card, the King, and the Seven of Cups in reverse. I'm just like, you know, shrugging his shoulders like, yeah, okay, it's a disappointing situation, but almost emotionless. Almost looking like you don't care. I think at one time you may have. Maybe at one time if this person had said, you know what, I need to throw in the towel, it's not right for me, I'm giving up, you may have felt sad or bad about the situation. At this point in time, because I feel like it's dragged on so long, you're just kind of like a meh, okay, if that's what you need. That's what I'm getting, Leo. So let's get some more cards out here. The King is clarified by the Sun in reverse. And then we have the Five of Swords. Queen of Wands. Now the Queen of Wands in reverse showed up in the Cancer reading as well. She was another primary character in that reading. This could be an extension of that reading. I don't ever intend for that to happen. Obviously, I shuffle the cards significantly before each reading and then shuffle during the reading as well. I set my intention for, you know, the sign that I'm working on. And again, you could be dealing with the Cancer, but that Cancer reading could potentially resonate for you as well, Leo. She's clarifying the Tower in reverse, and then we have the Five of Wands. The Moon in reverse. Ace of Swords. The Hermit in reverse. And there's the King of Cups in the upright this time. Interesting. So there's been a conflict that you've been dealing with. I feel like it's gone on for a very long time. It's gone on unresolved for a long time, and I feel like someone has just thrown their hands up in the air and said, I'm not doing this anymore. I quit. Could have to do with a workplace situation, some kind of partnership with this Queen of Wands. This Queen of Wands refused to change. This Queen of Wands said, this is how I am, this is who I am, this is how it's going to be. I'm not changing for you, I'm not changing for anybody. This Queen of Wands can be somebody who's very demanding, needs to have things her way. It can be very difficult to work with. In the extreme sense, she can be a narcissistic individual. In the more benign sense, she can be just somebody who's difficult, maybe a little immature, and I think she's represented by these pages as well. Somebody who's just a little immature, maybe a little inexperienced, maybe just is incapable of seeing another person's point of view or seeing the big picture, for example. And I feel like the end has come. There's been some kind of back and forth. Again, it could have been some arguments, some conflict. Feels like this was within a group of people, not just between you and this queen, but possibly more than just you two, but it could be just you two. Some kind of conflict, arguing back and forth. Again, I think this person finally just said, look, this is just who I am. And this person, I think, finally said the words, I think, that were on this person's mind, and something that you already knew. And that was, you know what? I'm out. I'm calling it quits. And this is something I think you already knew. Whatever this person said out loud to you to finalize this ending of whatever this is for you, it was a truth that you already knew, that they were going to throw in the towel. They were going to give up because it was too hard. It just wasn't something that they were willing to put the level of effort that you were putting in, or that the group was putting in, and this person quit. They gave it up. I think there is this lack of response, lack of emotional response, a disconnect coming from you. And your response may be, look, you know, you're the master of your own destiny ultimately. What you realized is this person ultimately was the master of their own destiny and left you feeling like, you know what, I have nothing left. I have nothing left emotionally to put into this effort. Right along with them, I feel like you gave that up too. You said, okay, well, if you're going to quit, then I'm out too. And by that, I mean, you kind of just stopped caring. You're like, I don't have anything left in my emotional stash that I have tucked away for you, because you just aren't willing to put in that effort. You're not willing to invest that emotional energy. And you know what? Neither am I. Now, this could very well be a intimate connection, a relationship of sorts, but this could be any kind of relationship. It could be a family member for you, a co-worker, colleague, business partner, your neighbor. It could be anybody. I'm not feeling romance, but it could certainly be that kind of connection for you. What I'm feeling more than anything is that you two were coming from two different directions and were unable to meet in the middle, and this queen, more than anything else, was unwilling to compromise, unwilling to see another person's point of view or see the bigger picture, and ultimately this person is the one who gave it up, who dropped the ball. And you knew that was coming. I think that you knew that was coming too, Leo. If I accidentally call you Cancer, I apologize. I do that all the time in my videos. And, you know, I cringe when I do it. And I know I do it a lot because I'm just kind of, please stop nibbling at me. She's not even biting hard, but I'm paranoid she's going to take a bite out of me. I need to shuffle one time. Don't. You know, just because I literally just finished Cancer and started your video right after, and now this is feeling like it's feeling like a extension to that reading. So I'm just apologizing ahead of time if I call you Cancer, Leo. So we have the Empress, and she was in the last reading as well. So the Empress is clarifying this King of Cups. Again, you know, just like in the last reading, the Empress is actually coming off as this King's energy as well. And that's what happened before. And that's what I mean when I say, you know, don't concern yourself with the gender of the cards because it's the meaning of the card. I think that this person sees you as this Empress kind of energy, somebody who is all that in a bag of chips. You're very compassionate, loving, loyal, hardworking. You care about everybody. You put other people first. So I think this person sees you as that way, but right now, you're not necessarily embodying the emotional side of the Empress. Instead, I think what you're embodying is the experienced and wise energy of the Empress and saying, look, I don't have any more emotional energy to give into the situation, but that doesn't mean that I am not still authentic with regard to who I am and how I respond and how I behave and how I interact with others. I haven't stopped being me just because I'm emotionally detached from this outcome with regard to this particular relationship or connection. And there's the heartache, there's the grief. So with Sun in reverse, 3 of Swords in reverse, I mean, this could feel just simply like you're just grieving, or you could be mad, or you could feel like this is betrayal. You could feel like ultimately this conflict left you feeling betrayed, feeling like you put in that King of Cups, Empress energy into this relationship, this connection, this workplace dynamic, whatever that looks like for you, and ultimately what you got was not that in return, and it feels a little bit like betrayal. Because this connection, this Queen of Wands did not meet your expectations. And not that you went in there saying, here are my expectations, you better meet these or we're done. I don't feel like that at all. It's just that when you get into a connection that you feel close to, that you feel has potential, and you're led to maybe believe that you have an equal give and take with regard to this partner, and then they turn out to be someone who's unbending, unwilling to move, unwilling to see others' perspectives, unwilling to accept another person's point of view, then you're just like, well, you know what? This is not what I bargained for. So we have the 8 of Pentacles. Again, this feels like it could be a workplace situation with the 8 of Pentacles showing up here. Page of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles. Or it could just be a situation where there was some kind of job or project or something like that that you possibly were working on with this individual. Three of Wands in reverse. I think you had 2 different goals in mind. I think you and this Queen of Wands, I think, were going in two opposite directions with regard to whatever it was that you had together. Again, this doesn't feel like an intimate partnership, but it could be. If you were just building a relationship with this person, you two had different ideas about what that relationship meant to you. If it was a workplace situation, your ultimate hope or outcome or goals were different, and maybe you didn't even realize that until you got into the connection a little bit deeper. Ace of Swords in reverse, clarifying. The same set of cards with the Ace of Swords in the upright. Strength. 2 of Swords in reverse. And then we have the 3 of Cups in reverse. So again, I get the, stop biting my ear. I get the feeling that this could include a group of people, family dynamic, social circle, small group of friends that you are close to. It almost feels like there wasn't a lot of consideration put forth with regard to the other people involved or what they wanted out of the situation. Okay, Carmela, you cannot stop biting the hand that feeds. Honestly, she is so mean to me, and I am so good to her. I'm a good bird owner. She's not my bird, but I'm still a good bird owner. You may have realized too that this person's agenda, or the way that they operate, the way that they act, the way they communicate, whatever that was affecting other people, and you just weren't willing to put any more energy, emotional energy or effort into a connection that was ultimately bad for other people, or bad for other people that you're close to, whether this again is family, friends, what have you, co-workers. I think that the connection itself was dissatisfactory for the other people involved, and so you were like, you know what, I can't condone hanging on to this relationship when it's bad for other people that I'm close to as well. And I'm not saying that you made your decision to end this relationship based on other people's opinions or what they thought you should do. I don't see that as at all. What I'm seeing is that you have decided that, you know, this person is not the only person that's important in your life. And if your relationship or connection with this person is affecting other people to the point where you could potentially damage or lose other relationships because of this person, maybe this person is the one that needs to go. It wasn't that you were listening to other people, because I'm not sure that other people necessarily had an opinion one way or the other what was going on between you and this Queen of Wands. And I'm talking to Leo as though you're the King of Cups, so just bear that in mind. But you could also be this Queen of Wands, so, take what resonates and you decide what makes sense to you. Let's see what else we got. We've got the Ten of Wands, Eight of Swords, Seven of Cups again, this time in reverse. Or it's in reverse again, I should say. Clarifying this Queen of Wands. Four of Pentacles in reverse. Four of Wands. There's the Tower again in reverse. Ace of Cups in reverse. And the Ace of Wands in reverse. You may have been through this with this person in the past, where you felt like you were trapped in constant conflict, feeling like this is a repeated pattern and you can't seem to get away from it, and it's causing you a lot of grief and you're not really sure why. You're hanging on to this individual, or hanging on to this burden of this connection because it's who you are. You're a nurturing individual. You give everybody a fair shot. The more the merrier for the King of Cups, Empress energy. But this person has been causing you pretty consistent grief, I think. And I think what you've realized is this is just who this person is. Again, this is really close to the Cancer reading. So if you find that you're resonating with this one, I'm pretty sure you're going to resonate with the Cancer reading as well. I think ultimately you decided, I just can't do this anymore. I need to give this up because I can't sit here and try to hash this out, work through this, have these discussions, arguments maybe, and try to figure out what's going wrong here. It just has to end because things were not going your way. Things were not turning out to be what you thought that they would be with regard to this individual. And again, with the Eight of Pentacles coming out here, this could be very well work-related, something of that nature. I think that you two ultimately had different expectations with regard to whatever this was that you were building or moving toward. And I think this person may have said look, I know this is what you want out of this situation. But I'm not sure that's what I want. Or vice versa. I know you want this. Here's what I want. Here's what I think that we're supposed to be working toward or moving toward. I don't think you're clear on where it is we're headed, and so I gotta let this go. Page of Pentacles in reverse. It's possible that you two have had conversations where you kind of go back and forth about what the direction is, where you want to go, where you're headed, and maybe you were the one who said, I'm not clear on what your intentions are or what your potential hope is for this outcome, but it's not matching with mine, so maybe we need to walk away from this. So it's possible this person didn't give up that you did, that you said that it's time to just walk away from this. That you realize that this connection was probably lost because there's no meeting in the middle. and that you're not necessarily feeling it with respect to trying again. Maybe having some time apart, seeing if you can emotionally mend or come back to that neutral place where you can try again. And I just feel, Leo, see, I almost called you Cancer. Cancer was on the tip of my tongue, and then I said, oh, I'm going to call you Cancer. Leo, I get the feeling that you've run out of the motivation to try again, because I think you've been here before. Feels like if you haven't repeated this pattern of kind of trying to work through things with this individual, giving up and then trying again, if you haven't done that, I think that this situation between these two people has gone on for such a significant period of time that you've exhausted your level of care for the situation, for this person, wanting to work it out. That's exhausted. That's gone. There's the 5 of Wands, this time in reverse. There's the 10 of Swords in reverse. Just as I'm saying, this is something that's happened before. Something that you have been through, you tried again, you tried to, mend your heart and heal and then give it another shot, and it just keeps resulting in the same exact spot. You end in the same exact spot with the same situation, with no changes, there's no evolution in this relationship. You're not making progress with this person, is what I'm trying to say. 10 of Pentacles, clarifying this Queen of Wands. So this could be a family-related situation. This person could feel obligated, or not obligated, entitled is the word I was trying to come up with. This person might feel entitled to this connection or to this work situation because they are associated with a family member, or they are actually related to you, or something of that nature. I get obligation out of that 10 of Pentacles. Not obligation. Your obligation, their entitlement. You are obligated to work with them because they are entitled because of this connection. Does that make sense? That made sense. I knew I had the right words, I just wasn't putting them in the right order. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. And I think you were hesitant to let go of this person because of that connection. Because there was this obligation. And in this Queen's eyes, I'm entitled. I'm entitled to this. Because I belong in this group. Because I'm part of the family. Because you're connected to me because you have to be. That kind of thing. 2 of Wands. Hangman in reverse, or not in reverse, Hangman in the upright position. 4 of Cups in reverse. And then we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So, like I said before, I think in the past, I think you've dealt with this conflict in the past. I think it's something that's a repeated situation, or something, again, that you've just dealt with for a long, long period of time. It feels like you're running in circles. You're on a hamster wheel. You can't get off. And it's just time to end this. It's time to let this go. I can't do this anymore. There's no point. Where are we going with this? We're not going anywhere. Says Leo, we're not going anywhere on this hamster wheel. It's the same old conflict, same old grief that I'm dealing with. I'm tired of being stuck with this burden. I want to let it go. We're obviously headed in 2 different directions. We have 2 different outcomes in mind. We have 2 different perspectives related to the situation we're currently in. You feel entitled, but you're not. I mean, you know, ultimately, this queen does not have what it takes to participate in whatever this is that you are doing, Leo, whether it's a work situation, a project, or whatever the case may be, and you've got to let this go. Accept it, maybe say it out loud, and then let it go once and for all. And again, I do feel to a certain extent that maybe in the past you were able to regain a certain level of emotional motivation to try again. I'm not sure you're feeling like this is going to happen this time. Like this, you know, this once and for all might be the nail in the coffin, because you've been left with nothing. You've been left feeling like, you know, empty-handed. Where are the results of our effort that we put forth? It's not there, and you're just tired of feeling, again, like you're running yourself on a hamster wheel and getting nowhere. So let's get a Dreams of Gaia tarot card for Leo and see what's going on as far as maybe some advice, some next steps forward, maybe something, some words of encouragement would be nice. I don't necessarily feel, Leo, like you're dwelling in anxiety or grief, sadness, disappointment. I don't feel that. I feel like the situation is disappointing and is sad, and is more than anything maybe emotionally draining, and just kind of like, I just don't have it in me anymore to care. So I don't feel like it's not disappointing. I just feel like you're just like drained, exhausted, and ready to move on from this. End it once and for all. Be done with this. So let's get one card for Leo and wrap this up. That's not a good shuffle. You may have been maybe a little bit surprised. And again, I get the feeling like this person has walked away, has kind of given up on the situation, and maybe that wasn't something you anticipated. And maybe that's not true. Maybe it's you kind of walking away, giving up on the situation. But if it was this person who actually did the deed and said, you know what, this isn't for me anymore, I'm walking. If this person, this Queen of Wands, did that, I think it came as a little bit of a surprise to you, because maybe you thought this person, feeling entitled like they do, would hang on for dear life forever. And so it's possible this person has put you in a state of maybe a little bit of shock, kind of like, whoa, what's going on here? And kind of working through that in your head, trying to figure out why this person decided to let go or give up. So we have the Seven of Air in reverse, which means this is a potential blockage. Seven of Air is the Seven of Swords in Rider-Waite. Not just Rider-Waite, most tarot decks. I always refer to the Rider-Waite deck because to me, it's the first deck that I used for a very consistent time to learn tarot. And I know that it's been around forever. And so to me, to me, it's like the original meanings of the tarot deck. I know there's tarot's been around for, I don't know, centuries, if not long. I don't know how long tarot's been. I should look that up. But anyway, so I often refer to the Rider-Waite deck as the traditional tarot, because for me it is. But anyway, so Seven of Swords, Seven of Air, and it's in reverse. So let's read this, and then we're going to wrap this up. There it is. Potential blockage, it's very short, just about a quarter of a page or so. Here we go, Leo. The Seven of Air reversed represents a need to step back and moderate any extreme or fundamentalist behavior. You do not do your cause any justice by following a fundamentalist path. The only thing this achieves is to make those around you who do not share your beliefs angry and resistant to the changes you are attempting to impose upon them. Instead of opening minds, you can close them tighter than a steel trap. When the Seven of Air reversed appears in your reading, seek a gentler, more moderate approach. Educate instead of trying to indoctrinate. Don't use cruel and punishing methods. They never work. All they do is perpetuate the paradigms that you seek to end. Interesting. But see, that's where I thought that you were already. That you weren't necessarily trying to force the issue. You weren't necessarily trying to force your perspective on this individual. But maybe this indicates you were, especially with your detachment emotionally. Look, this is the way it is. This is the way I want it to be. You need to see things my way. Maybe that was your approach. I'm trying to see if I missed anything where it looks like you're kind of pushing your ideas onto others. That could be what this set of cards is indicating. Look, if you can't see it my way, then this is over. We're done. So it's possible something to that effect was expressed by you or by this person. This could certainly indicate the energy of the Queen of Swords and how she's behaving, pushing her point of view on others, indicating it's the right way to be. It's, you know, this is the way I see it, and so this is the way you have to see it, kind of thing. So anyway, I'm going to leave that here. I hope that this reading resonated for you, Leo. I hope that it helped you out in some way, shape, or form. If it did resonate, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you wish. And thank you for joining me, and I hope I see you again soon. Bye, Leo.